What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining in on another episode of the Healing Arts Apothecary. My name's Angelica, and I am an intuitive medium and a lifelong student of the shamanic arts. And I have been studying the herbs for the past few years, and I am just enjoying my time as I continue to learn and work with them for my own self-healing journey. If you guys are new here, welcome. Make sure to tune into any previous videos because I talk a lot about how you can incorporate working with herbs and just build your own partnership with them for your own self-healing. But today, I'm so excited. For those of you that have been following, we've been working on tinctures. And I started to create 4 different tinctures with 4 different herbs. And I really am helping, or the reason why I created them was to help with stress levels and just like helping my nervous system repair, helping my nervous system relax, and just my overall well-being health, because it has been a really stressful past few years, which I'm sure many of you guys can relate to. And from here, today I'm actually going to be showing you guys me getting the tinctures ready. So the fun thing that I learned about the tinctures is you never want to blend, like if I were to make an infusion or a blend together and have it with, like, to have it macerate. We don't know how much like medicinal qualities are being extracted while that's happening. And we don't have any control over like the ratios of which herb and how much medicine is coming out of it. So what we actually do is we create tinctures from one herb at a time. And then from here, once I drain everything, then I can start to mix like a ratio or parts to how much of each certain herb that I want. So I can create like my own blend tincture. And as you guys know, which I'm kind of repeating, but the one that I'm really going to be focusing in on is actually for stress levels. They're adaptogenic herbs. They're some of my favorite to work with. I've never worked with them before, like in this realm, in a tincture form. Usually it's just been infusions. So this I'm super, super excited about. I'm kind of geeking out about it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start to drain and just get everything prepped and ready. And I actually just wanted to show you guys like what this looks like. So the first one that I'm actually working with is Tulsi. And this has quickly become one of my favorite herbs to work with more recently, particularly with stress levels. It's an adaptogenic herb. And this is honestly, this is the reason like why I wanted to work with tinctures, was actually to make this into a tincture for me to work with. So this will help to allow my body to adapt to stress just a little bit better and just kind of like soften and allow me to just like process stress in a more balanced way. So typically at this point, you would work with like a muslin cloth to like really squeeze out the liquid from the herbs, but I actually don't have any. Well, I do, but it's packed away right now because we moved a few months ago and I haven't had time to like unpack everything. So I'm just going to slowly work with a spoon and just kind of squeeze out as much of this beautiful tincture as I possibly can. So as I'm just kind of making this work right now because I don't have the muslin cloth, I was going to offer it up just to the trees out there. And I was just kind of offering my thanks to Tulsi, and it said it wanted to be over here by the motherwort. So if you guys can see this beautiful motherwort, I'm getting ready to actually work with this a little bit. I'm super, super excited about this, but just look at how beautiful that is blooming. I'm actually going to be working on a tincture for the motherwort for women's wellness and actually as another nervine. So just to kind of help with stress levels and help with healing. So I'm just going to kind of offer this up to the plants. And usually I do this even if I have like indoor plants, I'll still like offer it up to like my indoor plants, any herbs or tea or infusions that I'm working with. All right, guys, next up we have nettle. This one I am super, super excited about. You guys have heard me talk about nettle. I did a whole episode just on nettle itself because of the incredibly beautiful medicinal qualities, particularly for women's wellness. This is like one of the most mineral-rich plants to work with. So particularly like postpartum, even just pregnancy too. Because remember, when you're pregnant, everything that you consume, first the baby takes what it needs, what he or she needs, and then the rest, whatever's kind of left over, is what the mama has, like what the mama gets. So there can be a lot of depletion, but also just for growth and development of the baby, the iron levels, magnesium, potassium. I think there's a ton of vitamin A, K, vitamin C. Yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful herb to work with. So this one I'm super excited to work with. All right, guys, next up we have raspberry leaf. This one I actually created to help with moon cycles and postpartum. Raspberry leaf is incredible. What I didn't realize when I was pregnant, especially after you deliver, like your uterus is a muscle. So there's contractions after you deliver, after the afterbirth, like after placenta, everything is out and you're like nursing your baby. And the body is just so miraculous. But as you're nursing your newborn, your uterus is contracting back down to its pre-pregnancy size. I actually had an emergency C-section when I had Violet. So imagine the contractions of that returning back to its size when you have sutures, like all over there. So anyways, raspberry leaf is really beautiful to help during PMS, menstrual cycle, but also later on in pregnancy and postpartum to help strengthen the muscle contractions. So I didn't know any of this before. It wasn't until I was pregnant that I started to learn more about this. So this is a really beautiful one as well. And again, I haven't worked with any of these in this way before. So this is like super exciting for me. I know I've said it like 10 times, but all right, guys, last and final one, Eleuthero root. This one, oh my God, I have been using with Tulsi as like a tea infusion with a little bit of cinnamon, and it has been such a nourishing tonic for just like when I'm overworked. Oh my God, it's so good. I can totally tell a difference just in my energy after I've had a cup of this. So again, in tincture form, this is going to be a whole different ballgame. Okay, you guys, so I've decided to try and mix the tincture itself. So what I'm going to do a 2-to-1 ratio with the Tulsi and the Eleuthero. So what I'm going to do is I have my little measuring cup here. So I'm going to do 50 milliliters of the Tulsi. I'm going to do 25 of the Eleuthero. Okay, that was a perfect pour. Okay. I'm just going to mix this really good, and then I'm going to pour it in the amber colored bottle. Okay. I feel like I'm mixing a potion, which technically I kind of am, but this is really fun. Okay. So there we have it, you guys. We have a 2-to-1 ratio of the Tulsi to the Eleuthero for a total of 75 milliliters. And I'm just gonna kind of try to work with that for now. I'm gonna work with it, I think twice a day, morning and evening, and I'm gonna see how it helps, how I start to feel, and I'll report back with everyone. Thanks for joining.